And there we are. It is Thursday, the 222nd day of who knows what. No, it's Thursday, January 2nd, 2025. The New Year is above us. Boogie was both Thursday night live. We are uncensored tonight, as always. Chuck Cook is with us, and Jerry Michaels may stop by. Randy Rhodes may stop by. Don't know if Jen Woodruff will join us tonight. Nikki Young was invited, and anybody who's in the live chat is more than welcome to ask for a link and come join us. It's an open discussions broadcast. That means we don't have anything planned, so there's a lot of things to discuss. If you need to make reservations at Chainsaw Chucky's Casino, we can probably set you up with that tonight, too. What is the good word up in Wisconsin, Chuck?
Oh, not much. I went and got my oil changed in Old Red today, 267,200 plus miles, and had to
Oh,
get a new tail light assembly for the left side. Well, it wasn't new. He got it out of the junkyard. So out the door for the oil change, labor, and the tail light assembly, $98.63. Not bad.
that's not that's not too bad. Now,
Yeah,
is that the escort vehicle?
yeah.
Yeah.
It had a crack in there, and there was moisture getting in there, and it was shorting out my tail lights. So
Well,
I had to
that's not
get that
good.
fixed.
Can't
No,
actually out
so
taillights when you're escorting a truck.
yeah, well, got to make sure everything's working on it, or you don't run. So just so we got her
This is
fixed.
very
It's all
true.
ready to go
Good,
now.
good.
All set.
We're live with the Dave Morgan profile here on Facebook. We're live on the Boogie with the YouTube channel. Please come and join us in the live chat. Help us out tonight as we wait the arrival of other people. I read a lot today. We're still on course, I guess, for the inauguration on the 20th. There's still a lot of things that I don't understand. Mr. Biden seems to be doing everything he can do to wreak havoc on the arrival of President Trump back, seating judges that may not deserve to be there, not signing oil leases that should be there. I honestly don't know. I really wish he would just kind of go up and go home early and, put the country on autopilot until the 20th. Jay O'Malley as well as good evening, Jane. Always fun to have you with us. Let me get down to this. That way. Watch the live chat. David Fowler is with us over in. No, I'm not sure. David Fowler is with us. I wanted to say England, but I'm not sure if that is correct or not. Jane O'Malley is here in the United States, and anybody else come on in and pop into the live chat and be a part of the fun. If you guys have anything you want to discuss, you're more than welcome to type it into the live chat, and we will do that. Otherwise, I would just sit here and go, "Hey, why don't we talk about this tonight? Why don't we talk about that tonight?"
Anything and everything. Let's stir the pot up tonight.
Anything and everything.
Let's just let's just do it. New year, you know.
Yep.
I mean, keep it
New
clean,
Year.
but yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to keep it clean because David McBar is here and Barbara Ammons is here. And as I said, Jane O'Malley is here. Is it me or can I hardly hear Dave? I don't know. I'll talk louder. Can you hear me, Chuck?
No problem. No problem here.
Okay. All right. Well,
Maybe
then I will.
maybe Jane forgot to clean the peanut butter out of her ears. I don't know. That's a Wisconsin thing.
Well, be nice. We'll ask David. David McBar, how do I sound to you? Do you sound okay? I know sometimes it all just has to do with where I decide to put the mic down on the desk and how close I decide to keep myself to the mic. If
Sometimes,
there's going to be a problem for you to hear
yeah,
me, we'll unplug the mic.
yeah.
We'll unplug the mic and we'll go with the laptop mic. Sometimes that's better. You have this all the way. Larry Estes is with us, and good evening to you, Larry. And as I said, David Navarre is with us. And, everybody is
All
here,
right.
waiting on the arrival of Rhodes.
Yeah, sometimes,
And
Dave, sometimes your mic sounds muffled a lot, but right now I don't have a problem.
sometimes my mic.
Muffled, like
Okay,
you're
well
talking
then,
like this.
well, if it doesn't work, we'll unplug it and we'll go with the
Hi, Dave's wife.
laptop mic. Okay. So Chuck said hi to Dave's wife. Dave's wife is actively getting ready. She took the day off.
Oh,
She's going to.
she was trying to run, but she couldn't hide. I saw her on the
Go.
camera.
Oh no. She is here. She took the day off tomorrow. I've been teasing her that she has a play date. She's going to go meet a crochet friend of hers for the first time in Central Florida. Jerry Michaels is here from the American Rebellion. That means we might save this broadcast after all. The American Rebellion is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday downstairs on the American Rebellion blogger page, somewhere over on Rumble, and I know that they are on X. If you're on any of those, you should share it all over Rumble. You should share it all over X. And one of these days, the big question will be uh, Alex Jones will be so impressed that he'll want to be on the American Rebellion. I think I'll stop talking before I get myself in trouble. What is new and exciting with you, Mr. J?
Well, your sound kind of excuse me. Your sound kind of sucks. Um, Very low,
All right, well, let's do this.
and it has
Is it better now?
well, it's higher, but there's a noise for some reason. It sounds like somebody's peeing on your head.
Okay. Well,
Happy New Year.
no one is peeing on the laptop, so I'll have to take a look at the microphone the settings on the mic on slow down a moment. You go. Well, let me try one thing.
You need to turn up the sound.
Well, let's
Dear
see
God,
here
Dave, what
again.
the hell are you doing over there, buddy? He's wrecking his
Hold
whole
on,
room.
just a moment. Hold on, just a moment. No, I had to put things up. One, two, three,
Just
four,
don't.
five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How is that? How is that? How is that? How is that? How is
Sounds exactly the
Still
same,
that?
about the
Dave.
Better?
Whatever
same.
you did,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know. It's going to be one of those nights where I guess the Chromebook, the mic is only going to do what it's going to do. It's up full bore, or I can unplug it and I can go to the mic on the laptop and we can try that and see if it's any better. I don't know what to do. Or I'll
Yeah,
just stop
it's
talking and
fine.
let other people talk. Okay,
We
I'll
can
just
hear you.
stop talking and let other people talk. Uh, Arthur McIntosh is watching, and hopefully Arthur will come into the live chat. And Karen Lafredo, who has watched before, I haven't seen Karen around in a long time, is watching. And you will come into the live chat. And no, Andy, my headset mic is turned off. So, okay, I'm reading incorrect. And my headset mic is actually turned off. Uh,
Turn it on, Dave, and turn the other one off and see if that works.
And don't touch the blue microphone in the taskbar. Whatever you do.
Yeah,
hold on.
just
Let me see.
call that pulling a chuck.
Yeah, no
Hold on.
shit. That was stressful.
Hold on.
Believe me. I was not having fun that day for sure. But we got it all up and running now.
Okay. Is that any better? That's the mic on the
That is
headset.
100,000,000,000,000,000,000
One, two, three,
fucking
four, five,
times
six, seven,
better,
eight,
Dave. I'm
nine, 10.
telling you right now. Yeah, it's much
Can
better,
you hear
Dave.
me? One, two, three. All right, then we won't use the
Yes, that's
move.
why we said
We
it was
won't
much
use the.
better, Dave. You're
Okay, yeah,
killing
we
me,
won't
Dave.
use. Well, I no, I tried the headset mic when I first got the headset, and it wasn't working at all. But if it's actually if it's working, then that's the mic we will use because it just means that I don't have to worry about the white snowball. Because I actually like this better. This is actually more comfortable. I don't have to worry about moving my face close enough for people to hear me. We'll use use the mic on the headset. But anyway, Jared, what's happening down in your neck of the woods?
Nothing. I have all kinds of stuff with an engine and only one thing runs. And it took me 3 hours to get the goddamn thing to run. And I had to change the
Oh wow.
carburetor. And then I had to go cut the tree down. Not the tree itself, but the branches that had the tree fell over in a hurricane and the branches cut the wires, the electric coming in. So I had to cut the branches off the
I
wires
lost my audio.
and
I mean, can you guys can hear me, right?
yes, yes, Dave.
Okay, I can't hear any of you. I am just going to be a wonderful. My audio output, audio default on the headset, and that is on. And the headset
Dave, you got
volume
Dave,
is all
you
the
gotta
way up.
you gotta go to
Okay, it's going
audio
to be one of those nights. I
and
can't
then you have to go to
hear
audio.
you guys.
Dave, he
Give
can't hear
me,
me, can he?
let me try for a second. Let me boot me out, and I will come back in and see if I can do
Okay.
And poof, he was gone.
Welcome to the Chuck
So,
Show. Chuck is here
so
to lead
did you
us
have
into
to
getting our.
change the carburetor in the chainsaw or what?
No, well, it's actually a weed eater, but I was going to use it as a pole saw because it doubles and
Oh, okay. Yeah.
to cut the limbs down, which I did because the guy was supposed to come put in um, my fiber optic today. Showed up, ran it from the street through four poles to my property. Then he was going to bury it up to where it was going to go into the house. Unfortunately, because we had the two fires, the ground is all tore up and he couldn't do that. Um,
Always
then he
something.
couldn't put the line between from the last pole into my property because it has to be a certain distance from the actual power line.
it.
And he said, well, somebody's going to come out today and cut it, and then I'll come back today or tomorrow and hook you up, which I knew was a lie because nobody showed up. And I said, fuck it, I'll cut it. And then we tried to call him back to come back or come tomorrow, and he never answered the call. So
Well, of course. Yeah.
I'm going to be screwed because I'm not going to have
Try
internet at
that.
all here in another few days. That's what's going to happen. Reasons for it, and I'm going into them, but there's not going to be any internet until my wife gets on the phone and drives them so nuts. They send out 17 people to get it put in 2.3 seconds. She is capable of such things. Plus, today is my anniversary for being sober, so that's pretty good, I guess. 29 years
All right. Congratulations. Congratulate. Good deal. Good deal.
hanging out.
Good deal. Keep going. Keep going. Hi, Dave. Nice arm.
I'm sorry
Oh,
about that, but I can't. How is my audio now? Can you hear me now?
Yes,
it's fine, Dave.
Dave, we
Well,
can hear you.
don't worry
Okay.
about it. It's fine.
Hey, Dave,
Okay.
stop
Yeah.
worrying
The
about it.
husband
Bring
now.
Randy on. He's in the green room. Randy is in the green room. Jesus, Dave.
My record.
Hey!
Hey.
Congratulations, Jerry. Congratulations.
Hey, listen to me, Dave.
Okay. I don't
Calm
know.
down. Calm
He had
down,
a little
Dave.
help.
Calm down. It's fine. There's no big thing. All right, it's over. Just do the show. It's all
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
Maybe comb your hair. I don't know. It looks like
Uh,
you look like a crazy scientist. Mad scientist, really.
Does does
no,
Uh,
does he have hair to
I'm not going to feel like one.
does he have hair to comb?
No, I don't have any hair at home.
I didn't think so.
no,
Hey, so okay, let's just start talking.
no.
Two terrorist attacks. The last I saw, the police in this one state have an 18-wheeler pulled over because of potential bombs on board. Um, two U.S. Army guys, American
Yeah.
fucking
How'd that happen?
citizens.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Great.
but something's going wrong.
Yeah.
DEI in the military and allowing these fuckers in and not taking care of veterans after wars, all kinds of crazy shit. And they do crap like
Yeah.
this.
Michael Anthony's in the red room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm sorry. I mean, to go from DEI or EED, I don't know how your initials were, to uh, getting uh, um, getting converted to to the religion of Muslims, and to get to a point where they even went and carried out a horrendous terror attack against innocents. There's just something wrong with the military. There's something wrong with the way they're being uh,
Vetted.
vetted. Thank you, vetted. Um, I'm just glad they're both dead. Because I'd be concerned that with the way the Democrat uh, judicial system is, they'd probably be released back onto the streets with the congratulations and a check in their hand. Um, the one with the Trump's tower with the Tesla's truck. Wow, that just goes to show that he puts together one hellacious vehicle that it didn't, blow up in small pieces like you see some other cars do. But I wonder if the driver meant to die in the car, or if it just went off when he put it at the park.
Oh,
Some say
he
he shot
intended to kill
himself.
himself
Some
just
say he
before.
shot himself before it went up. Yeah.
Oh,
So, yeah, he intended
I wasn't
to
aware of
die.
that.
His uncle said he was a big
Yeah.
Trump supporter and loved the army in America, very patriotic. I don't believe any of it. I think they're connected somehow. They rented trucks from the same place.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
that kind of good shit. So there's a lot of coincidence, and coincidences in these things are usually not coincidences. So
Right.
Plus,
Hi,
plus
welcome
they're
back,
both
Dave.
plus they're both in the same outfit.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I didn't know
Uh,
that.
I
Yeah,
haven't heard that.
they're
but-
both. They're
Yeah,
both
they
in the
use
same
They
outfit.
use the same app to rent both cars.
Well, no, but I meant they're both in the same military unit.
I keep losing my audio. I'll be back again. I keep losing being able to hear you guys.
Plus, you're freezing. You must be cold in your house.
Michael?
I made a
Oh,
funny.
I got my coat, my other coat, my long sleeve flannel shirt. my T-shirt,
Listen,
and my boomer.
is everybody here drunk tonight or something? I mean, what the hell, man? He was talking
I
to
don't drink.
Dave. Oh dear God! Yes, you do.
No,
Well,
I don't.
really? Oh, I didn't know that.
So
That's fine.
Last
I've
alcoholic
never
beverage
seen
I had
Randy
was,
drink.
let's see,
no, I don't
May of
drink.
last year.
I never drunk. When
Yeah,
I
see,
was
that-
when I was in the Air Force and I was not married, I drank when I was in basic training, just because there's nothing else to do in basic
yeah,
training. Plus, I
true
was
story.
hitting on the one woman, but that didn't work out too well for me.
Hold
Um,
on, hold on,
but
hold on. You all could drink in base in boot camp?
well, tech school,
Really?
yeah, tech school.
Oh,
Well,
well,
I could go to the
yeah,
NCO club.
yeah. We could too, but you had to wait for Liberty, and we didn't get Liberty, but on the weekends, so
Oh,
there was no Liberty at
yeah,
night.
no. Well, when we went to off duty, when we were not training, we went to the NCO club and we ate and we drank and we familiarized ourselves with the women who were willing to familiarize with us. That's like that kind of thing,
Nice, nice.
And
Yeah,
Long
we
and,
time
went
and
to
ago.
if
the E
my
club,
and my wife if my wife is watching, I was single.
and we never went to the E club. I never went to. I think I've been in an E club maybe 5 times. They were
Really?
they sucked. Yeah, they sucked. The beer was cheaper, but it was all guys because there wasn't that many. The base I was on, Camp Geiger, which is part of Camp Lejeune, but Camp Geiger didn't have that many women on it, so
Well, you were the
that's why we
Marines
didn't go.
too. Um,
Well,
in
we
my
had
in
women
my
in the
in my
Marines.
well,
They
but
were ugly.
not. But I'm saying, were your women on the same in the same dorms and same familiar
We didn't
area
have
that you
dorms.
can see each other? And,
We had Quonset
okay,
huts, and we didn't have dorms in school.
I feel bad for you.
But no, no. That was a big no on that. And
Really? Well,
see, you have to understand if you're good looking in the Marine Corps, you end up somewhere in close proximity to generals. All the
officers,
rest
yeah.
of them and the troops, because they're ugly as sin, and they joined the military just so they could get laid, and then found out they didn't want them either. So that's how it works.
Yeah, I know. I was in during the time when that idiot was getting his people to to drink the Kool-Aid. And there's
Oh,
also
Jim
something
Jones.
else was going on. Jim Jones. There's also something else going on that they were preparing us for possible going into combat, which thankfully we never did. But the females found out and wanted nothing to do with going into combat. So they made quite sure that somehow they wound up pregnant so that they would be
Yes.
discharged. And that's
Oh,
what they did.
yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Happens all freaking time. Yeah.
Hi, Robert.
Hey, well, he's here. He just can't hear anybody. And it's a problem, Robert, because you know how Dave likes to hear things. Yeah. So
Does
we're,
Robert want in? Does Robert want in? I can
oh,
send him a link.
I think
yeah,
that
but
Michael
Dave has to
Anthony
bring them.
said he was in the red room.
Yeah, that was just like
Michael.
a joke, I think. Dave,
Oh, okay.
if you hear me, Dave,
No,
if you can hear me.
oh, yeah.
Oh, there it is. Okay, there it
Okay.
is.
All right, there it is. You guys can hear me. Okay, somehow that mic got turned off. All right, does Robert Wallace want a link?
I don't know. Dave's back, Robert. You want to come on, or is that the reason you were thinking about it before because he wasn't here? One of those two. I don't know. We got to
Oh,
Dave.
well, here,
We got to pull him kicking and screaming onto our show. I don't know what the problem is with him anymore.
well, I'm going to send him a link, and if he wants to come on, he's more than welcome to come on.
There you
That's
go.
what I do.
If he
That's
does,
what I do.
if
I
he
just
doesn't, I won't.
hope.
If he doesn't, I won't be insulted. Although I just won't say, "Listen, gentlemen, Rob, this is not on the podcast."
All right.
For the woman who said they had their period to get out of chores, made it bad for all women. Well, I never came across that, but then the WMs, which are women Marines, they were never around us, so you didn't know. I just know that anytime it is time to go to war, the pregnancy rate in the military goes through the roof because they want all the bonuses and they want the schooling and they want this and they want to say they're in the military and blah, blah, blah. But many of them actually don't understand why they're actually there. Nobody realizes why you're actually went in the Marine Corps or the military in general till you actually get there and they tell you you're there to kill the enemy. They don't care
Yeah.
about nothing else. You know, all the promises they made you, you'd be lucky if there's a war, you're going to war if they tell you to, and that's as simple as that.
Yep.
Well,
So
that's the one reason why Trump is pushing down on the transgenders, because they need to maintain a medical equation in their process of changing over, and because of it, they can't do certain things, certain calisthenics, certain being uh, 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 going into combat scenarios where they can't get access to their medical needs to continue to transgender change. So that's why he wants, besides and that and the cost and the fact that they're idiots. He wants them out. He wants them out of the military. Um,
yeah,
so I'm hoping to
agreed.
see a lot of good things come from that. Um, it's interesting to see if they apparently, the one guy that killed himself with the terror attack had I think it was a Facebook profile where he was sharing videos of ISIS and so forth, and his desire to be one of them. You would have thought that Zuckerberg would have flagged that or somebody.
No, can't have that. Can't have that. No, they get us right wing, far right wing morons that just say what they think and then whatever. Me personally, I quit caring uh, about what what is said or who says what. I mean, I'm looking over in England at Tommy Robinson, 18 months in prison for telling the truth. He
Yeah,
released a
that's nuts.
Yeah.
documentary. They put him in jail for releasing a documentary on the grooming gangs, and it was all the truth. And it's all coming out now, so it's definitely the truth. And they're trying like hell to stick their finger back in the dike that is about to explode on him. But he's in jail, and he's going to be in solitary confinement the entire time, and they're trying to fight
Well,
that.
Well, they're treating him like a J6er. Oh, talk
Yeah,
about J6ers. You take notice those two idiots got a very high presidential award for their actions with the J6 committee.
yeah. Liz Cheney and that
Yeah.
black guy, whatever his name was. Yeah, yeah.
As Jane O'Malley says, they deserve a hemp rope.
Yeah, that
The
would
the
do.
the, the,
I have no.
the
I
change
Go ahead.
the change in the uh, uh, over in England with them clamping down on free speech and things like that, and the influx of the Muslims and the jihad and so forth. Is that something the king himself is pushing or permitting to be done? I would have thought he'd be protecting his own damn citizens.
No, I think he's one of them. Frankly, he has no actual power, but if like take Tommy Robinson, he could probably have some influence over that if he wanted to, and he don't want to because he's one of them. I think that the Queen was no better. Um, and so I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure they have. I don't know. They don't have any power, but they got influence in a lot of it. So who knows?
I
But I don't
just
think he's doing shit.
it just blows my mind to see how these Western nations who went to war for the freedom and independence of themselves and other nations to 40, 50 years later allow it to become part of their lifestyle, and they're
Yeah.
clamping down on their own citizens who want those freedoms that they fought for.
Well, you
It
take
don't make
England. They
sense,
got
man.
the
The
hell
world's
bombed out
upside
of them.
down.
Yeah, they take
Yeah.
England. They the hell bombed out of them by Hitler, and they are turning around and doing Hitler like shit to its own citizens. And it doesn't matter that they're Jews or anything like that. It just matters that they are conservative or they want their country back, just like us. You know, that is the enemy to them. And I think what they're really worried about is they're some of the few. There's more of us than there are of them, and I mean by a lot. Even in England, especially in the United States. I mean, there are people on X today that are just incensed about that and about the terrorist attacks, and there's going to be more. There's going
Oh
to be
yeah,
more.
this is just the beginning. Yep, absolutely.
Some,
Hi,
some
Dave. Can
one
you
of
hear
them
me?
tried to kill a guy by pushing him in front of a fucking train. Was it yesterday, the day
Yep.
before?
Yep.
Um, there was the shooting in
Oh,
Manhattan. I'm not sure what that was, or if it was Muslims or what, but you know, okay.
did you see the guy in the car that drove over those Jews in New York just yesterday? There was a couple of women
I
pushing their
just watched
children.
that about. Yeah, and here's what gets me. There's a baby cart. The lady, I guess, pushed it at the last second, and it's crossing the street. Part of the street she was on and going to the median in the middle. And people are walking by this and not doing a fucking thing to stop the cart or check on the baby and they're just looking and keep walking. What the fuck world are we living in, man? How do you do that?
You
I
want to
think
know
it,
what kind of world we live in? It's an upside down world.
Yeah, it's
You
a
got it?
messed
Yeah,
up
Yeah.
world.
apparently.
It's a messed up
I,
world.
It's fucked
It's
up.
a messed up
I
It
world.
think
is
it,
fucked up.
I think it also goes back to the penny thing. People are now afraid to get involved and helping other people.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. But I
They
ain't
are,
that
they
guy,
are,
and
but
I
we,
only I associate with people who ain't them people, which is why even though we're small, I'm glad we got the people we have because we ain't them fucking people. I don't care. You do something. I got to tell you, short story. I witnessed an accident, just an accident. But this drunk guy come around a corner, took out this lady's SUV, pushed her off the road. It's a two-lane road, going in opposite directions. Hit her so hard, pushed her off the road into the trees on the side of the road. I told my wife to get out of the fucking truck and go check on them. I turned her for like 3 miles until the car.
Oh
It, it,
wow!
it was the radiator was broken. It was steam coming out of it, and eventually the engine was going to go. On this trip, he hit a guardrail and he hit three mailboxes. He was so drunk, and I had to, I'm slamming a horn every time we're going through a neighborhood because in case there are any kids or whatever, so nobody gets run over. Um, and finally the car dies, and he starts walking back, and the cop had showed up, and they arrested him. But you go after these fucking assholes. You don't let them get away with this shit.
Did you get a
Sorry.
thank you for your efforts?
No, as a matter of fact, I got the wife real quick. We got back in the truck and we drove off because I don't want to thank you. I don't need to thank you for that. That's something that just
Yeah.
should be done. People need to step up and
Agreed.
stop
Agreed.
this shit, okay? And it needs to start and it needs to catch like wildfire because the cops ain't doing shit anymore other than, handing out tickets and collecting taxes, okay, and shit like that. And the politicians don't give a damn, and we need to show them that we do. And I think everybody here is the same way, depending on your abilities. I mean, if you can't be, trying to kick ass on somebody that, if you're not in good physical health or whatever. I'm just saying, there's things you can do.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can't go up and beat the hell out of somebody for their shit if I was still driving and someone hit a car, knocked someone off the road. If I could drop Donna off on the side because she's first aid and CPR trained and approved and all of that, she could do that while she spoke to EMS coming out there or the police coming out there to call EMS out there. But, if I can follow the car long enough to get a license plate or something, I will do that. I'm trained in how to safely follow cars at high speeds on the highway. But when I
You can
go up
become an
and
escort driver.
well, when I can't drive anymore legally, but if I'm not going to go up to a guy Jerry size driving the truck once I get him on the side of the road and pull his ass out of the truck and go, beat my ass on the way back
Well, I
to
didn't do that.
the scene. But
No, I stayed in the
no,
truck
no,
because
I know.
his car wasn't going anywhere, and he got out. He actually fell down in the ditch. He was so drunk. And there's a black kid,
Yeah, no,
ruined his
I know.
fucking life for a good while, I'm sure, over stupid shit. But in the end, I kind of directed the cop to where he was. And he started walking back to the wreck, and he told the cop he was going back. And I'm like, yeah,
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
A little
Yeah,
late. Yeah.
a little late,
yeah.
for that.
All I know
Yeah,
is
a
he
little
hit
late
her.
for that.
We're stopped at a light. She was like 3 cars in front of me, and he hit her so freaking hard. She ended up traveling about 40, 50 foot till she hit some trees.
Well, his foot must have been stuck on the accelerator.
Yeah, he came around the corner. He had the red light. You're supposed to stop when you make a right. Anytime you make a right in Florida, pretty much anywhere. And he really didn't stop, and he hit the gas, and he took the turn way too fucking wide, and he was driving this old tank, you know. And then he went off into the ditch and got the car restarted, and then he tried. I heard the car restart, and I'm like, this guy's gonna run. So I turned the truck around and went after his ass. And I'm slamming on the horn to warn traffic, do all this shit to bring attention to the fact I'm chasing this asshole, and they're still cutting me off. I'm like, I should hit you
Welcome to my life.
twice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I've got
crazy
amber
shit.
lights going and flags and everything, and they don't pay any attention.
Yep.
No.
Nope.
No.
Nope. Nope.
The only ones they pay attention to, and half the time they don't that, are the cherries and berries up on top of squad cars. That's it. As far as
Yeah.
amber lights
Well,
and stuff.
Cherries
I,
and
I
cherries and berries.
Areas. Yeah, that's what we call them. Yeah.
What the
Cherries and
lights.
berries. The
Yeah,
red
red
lights and
light,
the blue lights.
the blue lights. Yeah.
Down
All I
south
know
they
is I
use
do
all
shit
blue,
like
but
that all the fucking time. I see a lot of, for some reason, I see a lot of old people being abused, but not physically. Although one time I did see physically, but also, like people don't want to help them because they're deaf or something. And I'll jump right down that motherfucker's throat. I don't care. I don't care who they are. And you know what? Here's the weird part. Not even weird, probably, if you see the videos. It always happens at Walmart. Even here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, what the hell's going on here? Oh, wrong one.
Okay. All right.
All right.
What's up, Chuck? What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. I left the blue
Okay.
microphone alone. I
Oh, you left the blue,
I left
you
it
left
alone.
the blue microphone alone. Yeah. Well, okay. We finally figured
Yeah.
out what the issue was, but yeah. No.
Oh, Lordy.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you hear?
Oh, now we're
Did
down.
you hear that
Go ahead.
Sixth Circuit has told the FCC that they cannot enforce net neutrality laws that they want to do, and everybody's apparently very happy about that. I hadn't noticed that nobody was neutralizing me, but
Well, net
now
neutrality was Barack Obama. Net neutrality was Barack Obama saying that it's not fair if Chuck can afford 2 gig speed internet and Jerry Michaels can only afford 300, 300 baht, which is very slow. So what he told the internet companies they could do is they could throttle everybody down to a slower speed. And the FCC came back and said, no, we're not going to do that. If Jerry can afford 5 gig speed and be the fastest person on the internet, and Dave can only afford one B and be the slowest person on the internet, that's Dave's fault. Dave gets the fastest he can get, you get the fastest you can get, and the internet companies send it out to each person based on how fast they can or cannot get it.
It's all about the money, buddy. Yep.
Yes and
yeah, but it
no.
doesn't
Yes and
matter
no.
how
But
fast you get. It doesn't matter how fast you get. As soon as the high traffic starts getting on, when that satellite gets overloaded, they slow everybody down anyway, so it doesn't make any difference.
right, but
Yep.
the whole idea
True.
was that companies wouldn't do that anymore. Not that they stopped doing it anyway, because nobody's enforced Section 230 since Obama was president anyway, because we've had Democrat FCC chairmen who just weren't really interested in it. Brendan Carr, who is a former, who is an was an FCC commissioner, a Republican appointed FCC commissioner. I don't know how long he was there. Said that one of the first things he is going to do is work on reforming the Communications Decency Act of 1996, which controls a whole lot of radio waves, as well as Section 230, and said that he is going to reformat Section 230 with his FCC commissioners, and they are going to start regulating it the way it is supposed to be regulated. Does that change just because Facebook can do whatever? I don't really know. I still think that Mark Zuckerberg dropping $1 million donation for Trump's inauguration event was nothing more than him trying to apologize to a sitting president of the United States for kicking him off the internet, which that case has not come up in court yet, and I don't want to be anywhere near the courthouse when that case comes up. But
You want to hurt
I
these
don't know.
companies? Allow us to sue them when they pull shit. Class action their
Yeah,
ass into the frickin'
absolutely,
poorhouse. Simple as that.
absolutely. What
Because
they
they'll
get away
Well,
stop
with
doing it real damn quick.
many
the bad
years
part is
ago,
we all agreed to the terms and conditions.
right? But many years ago, Cambridge Analytica, which provides a lot of the games that you can play through Facebook, had a big breach. And they got taken to court by the FCC and the Federal Trade Commission at the same time because both of them, who have regulatory authority, said you're not doing enough to protect members' accounts. The fine that they would have had to pay was $10,000 per day to each account until they convinced the FCC and the FTC they were doing the most they could to protect a user's account from hackings and breaches and all of this other crap, I was one of the people that got notified. It was 40, something like 40, it was 10 days before they said that they secured my account to FCC and FTC approval, would have netted me $440,000 in fines. That What did I get? I got a year of credit card and debit card monitoring, and my debit card got hacked 3 times during the year Facebook was paying for that. Yes, I do certainly agree that, yeah, they got to all of a sudden start paying us out big ass money and censorship. That's something that, the new FCC chairman Barr said, no,
if you're a
BS.
publicly traded company, you should be able to go on there and
Yeah,
say what's in. I mean, I get this to be certain. You can't do that, but then the rules need to be also enforced equally on both sides.
right,
If
right,
you can't have a bunch of like this guy they were talking about with the ISIS and everything. You can't have that. All right, and anymore, you can have somebody running around, white guy screaming the N word every 3 seconds. Okay, it's
yeah,
enough.
right,
But
right,
questioning the government in any way, shape, or form, whether it's a conspiracy theory or not, is not harmful to anyone at all.
right,
You know,
right. And right,
period.
and fact checking on Facebook in no sense of the English language is fact checking. I talked
Yeah,
to the highest ranking person at a company called Lead Stories. We were on the phone for, I don't know, it was probably about 2 hours before I told him I really had to go. But he admitted to me what happens is Facebook takes a story that they want to censor or delete or take down, whatever you want to call it. They contact Lead Stories and they go, here, Dave Goldman posted this. We don't like it. We want you to write an op ed from our point of view as to why that post needs to be taken down. The FCC unfortunately says you cannot fact check on a public because everything on a public forum is public opinion. And if I post an article that agrees with my public opinion, Facebook can't fact check that. But they've done that for the 14 years I've been on Facebook, and they've gotten away with it. Why? Because the FCC doesn't do anything. The Federal Trade Commission, no one's gone before the Federal Trade Commission, said we want to sue Facebook in a $1 trillion class action lawsuit. And class action lawsuits to me are bogus anyway, because really the only people that get decent money are the top classes that actually filed the lawsuit.
that
I
and the
should be able to go
lawyers.
after Facebook. Right. I should be able to file a $1 trillion lawsuit against Facebook and say, you broke the law, and work it down to where maybe I get my lawyer's fee, court costs, and I don't know, a couple of bucks for coffee. You know, uh, and I've said
Well,
before,
yeah,
I'm not interested in getting
but
big ass fines from Facebook. I just want them to follow the rules.
yeah,
I'm
and I
sorry,
want
go
the
ahead.
rule. I used to manage apartments, and this is what I learned really quick. The only fair way to be an asshole to everyone is to be an asshole to everyone. You got to take the
Right,
rules that you have and you have to apply them to everyone. The ones you like, the
right,
ones you hate. Makes no difference.
Right.
yeah. You know. And the
Yep.
biggest thing that bothers me about Facebook is that if they take down so many posts in one of my groups, they punish that group, but they also punish my personal Facebook account. I mean,
Yeah.
come on. You know,
What gets me is they used to throw me off, but then I had at one time like 4 or 5 accounts. None of the other
yeah,
ones were. So it didn't stop me from doing anything. So I don't know what they
right,
thought was, I
right,
really don't, but
you know,
they don't throw me
right,
off
and
anymore for some reason, and
right,
I'm a little
yeah,
sad. I've been trying real
yeah.
hard. I don't know what the hell the
Well,
problem is, but
well,
here we are.
Eric Barton had a bunch of accounts at one time. Eric, when he created the group Americans for Free Speech, got into a chat with me one day and said, "I want you to be an admin because I'm going to get kicked off so many times that there won't be an admin in the group." And sure enough, he did. And he had a million accounts. They'd take one account away from him. He'd be back the next day. Send me a message. "I'm back. Just don't tell anybody." But and you shouldn't have
Well,
to do that. I mean,
well, my all my pages and shit, they got all my aliases on there as admins, just
right,
so I
right.
just
Well, that's
go
what most
and
people started doing. That's what
yeah.
most people
So
started doing.
but still, Eric. I mean, I don't even know which one he's on now, but he's had
I
like
think he's back.
since I've known him, he's probably had like 10 or 15 accounts.
Yeah,
I don't know.
his
It's crazy.
his Eric his Eric Barton account got booted for a very long time, and he was on as Barton Eric for a while. Now I think he's back on his Eric
Yeah.
Barton account. Don't quote
Oh,
me
is
on
he?
it.
All right. Well,
Oh, go ahead.
and
You know,
what does he
give
really
me the
say?
oh, go ahead.
He says the kill word, or he says stuff that
Oh,
we're all thinking. Every damn one of us is thinking. He doesn't really say
right,
like he's not a racist. He's none of that shit. Okay,
right.
he just doesn't like people, and he has a major problem with that. My
Yeah,
viral video I had, you can't find that shit anywhere. I don't know. About every 3 years,
yeah,
somebody sees it and sends it to me. Okay, and
yeah,
that's that. Can't post it because it gets taken down
yeah,
immediately.
yeah.
And now
And
Facebook,
Yep.
it
speaking of
does
that, I
shit
was
like
cleaning
that.
out my
Probably has 500,000 views wherever it is on the internet. Okay,
oh yeah,
and when I see it, there's nothing. No, they don't tell you how many views it has. Nobody it likes or any of that shit. Because that's it.
they play
It's over.
this game. They play this game with us where I used to be able to post the broadcast into 100 groups without any trouble at all. I could just send it in there. Then one by one, they started saying, "Oh, you're spamming." So I had every admin that I was sending it to send a message to Facebook. "It's okay. We want him to do it." Then no, 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 no. Then they cut that. Now it's like I can send it to 100 groups, but it takes 10 times to do it because I can only share 10 at a time. Uh,
Well,
uh,
here's what I noticed. I used to make an event at a show every week, or we only had one
yep,
show a week at that time, and you
yep,
could automatically invite all your friends. And then it
yep,
went down to like 500. And I had like 5,000 friends, so it would send it
yep,
out. And then now, if I share this show and I hit the button, like when I share it to groups, it only lets you do one at a time and only
yep,
up to a certain amount of number. And people, if you are sending out 50 or 100 in a messenger, it
yeah.
won't let you do it.
Yeah, they block the way they do it. They don't let me see how many. If I get out 25 shares, we used to have around 100 people watching. If I got out 50, 60 shares, we could hit 200. We could hit 200, and then it would grow from there because we don't people watch them up until a week or up until the day before the next one comes on. But I just they've never given us an accurate count, and I say they've never given me an accurate
Yeah,
count
our
for the
shows
number of views that I have because they don't want me to know how many views I actually get.
Our shows in a week or even in just a few days we get 4 or 5 thousand views.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I don't know how long people actually watched or what, but they would that's what the number was.
Yeah,
And now I can't even number is half the time on the how many we got live. I really don't know. I go by and I don't trust that either.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I
Yeah,
quit
my
I
looking.
don't even
I
get to
really
see the
don't.
counter
I quit
anymore.
caring anymore. I don't look at the views. I don't look at the likes. I don't look at any of that shit anymore
Yeah,
because it's just not. To me, it's what's the point? I mean, I used to do a live video when
My
my video
really,
first
I
started
guess,
coming out. I would have 1,000 to 2,000 people watching. Sometimes, in under 1,000.
yeah,
I'd read every comment. Okay, and it was fun. It was, and
yeah,
you saw a lot of different people and so forth. And it was just me doing it with into the phone. And I don't know. I gotta tell you, that was way more fun back then. It was. Now
yeah,
it's just like I've had to throw people out of the comments for saying shit that I just got done telling them not to
yeah.
say because I got 3 rules on my show, and one of them you don't use the N word, and they got to just do it just to see what I'm going to do.
Of course.
And
Well,
I don't
yeah,
really like
but
doing that.
that's a
There's
given.
very few people that I have enjoyed kicking off of my show, and there's probably about 4, and that's it. And everybody else, I was
Yeah,
like, you're going to get me kicked off, and that's going to piss me off. It's one thing if I get me
right,
kicked off. It's another thing altogether if you get me kicked off. So
right. Yeah. Matter of
plus
fact,
now,
we
my
you
all
say
had the
you
greatest
say
show.
something, 3 seconds later, there's a damn thing saying you're getting to get thrown into gulag because you said this word. Oh God, help us! Get rid of the comment or you're
Yeah,
gone. It's
yeah,
freaking ridiculous.
yeah. I was cleaning out my Google account the other day because I was looking for some videos that we shot of my father the week that he passed away. And I just happened to stumble upon that very episode where he screamed for the entire time until we finally kicked him off. And I watched it and I'm laughing at myself going, I let this I let this go on. And I think the only reason I kicked him off was because you finally said to me, kick him off.
Well,
So I'll stop.
we've had them guys like that
Yeah,
too come on and just
yeah,
act the fool, but that is whatever.
yeah,
There's a couple of hosts we had, and then
yeah,
there was you know some people in the comments. The Matty K days, yeah, they were fun. Matty K he's a good man, still is. It just doesn't want to do it
yeah.
anymore. So I don't know what to tell you. Um,
Hey,
I
Robert, I
just,
sent you the
I
link.
don't
You're
like.
welcome to join
Believe it
us
or
if you
not, I don't
want.
like blocking people. I spend half my life
I
blocking
don't
people
either.
now because they're not even real accounts. I don't like blocking real people. I don't like having
No,
problems. I don't like any of that crap.
no,
Because the way I see it is, my show gets, if we're lucky, 20 viewers during the live. Okay, that I know about. All right, that I know about. All right, and we sit here and we do our thing, and you like it, you don't like I don't really give a shit. Okay, and it's not that fucking important. It is important in the overall scheme of things that we do this, but as an individual person doing it, it's not that fucking important
no.
to where you got to get that uptight. So I just kind of I don't worry about none of this shit. I really don't. Take me off. I
Yeah,
mean, what am I gonna? I'll just go to my next account and we'll be back on.
yeah, yeah. Well, one of these days I'll grow up and I'll realize that Facebook just isn't the place to do it, and I'll go land it someplace else, and we'll always be on YouTube until they take that away from us. And actually, YouTube has it's been well over a year since I got my last YouTube violation, where they suggested that we either edit some a part of a broadcast or take a broadcast out. I haven't heard anything from them in like almost 2 years now.
Yeah, I don't do
So
nothing on
we'll go
YouTube
to
anymore.
YouTube.
I
We'll
get
have to
tired.
switch
I've
to
had over
Facebook.
5,000 videos taken down off of YouTube. I don't do YouTube anymore.
Hold on. Okay. Sorry about that. It's 8 o'clock for those of you that don't know.
That's
This
funny.
portion, this portion of Boogie, this portion of Boogie with the Bull is brought to you by the Monsanto company that reminds you that life would not be life without chemicals.
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
something like that. They used to have that. They used to have a line that it was something like, "Life without chemicals would be impossible." Uh, I don't.
Well,
I don't remember whatever happened to the
actually,
Monsanto company.
if you want to eat, breathe, or drink anything, that's pretty much the truth. I like the conservative
Yeah.
views and the plain talking you all do here. Yeah, I don't see. When I started this because I felt alone, like I was the only one, and I found out real quick I was not. I mean, within a day, I found out I was not. And then I also realized I've seen too many people over the years do this, and they were just full of shit, completely full of shit. And Um, it had nothing to do, they had a lot of views, they had all this and the other, but it had nothing to do with any of that. I don't get jealous. I'm happy if somebody succeeds. I'm good with it. But I've watched so many people come on and become, that they're honest. You can tell they're honest. That they speak honestly, straightforward, all that, and then all of a sudden they get they get all of a sudden they get all these people that are fawning all over them, and they change, and you can see the change happen. And I hate that shit. I do. I hate that shit. And so I
I
Yep.
promised
never.
myself I would never.
I never wanted to be the guy that they all quote unquote watched because I wanted to become famous. I wanted to be recognized. I had all of that in a long time ago. Uh, and actually, the reason I did this was trying to get everybody together who does other times of the night, and I would try to drag them on till I think it was 11 o'clock in the morning, so that people in the morning that were watching that never watched Facebook at night knew what else was on that they could watch. You know, like my
Yeah.
favorite meme says, Dave knows everything. Dave knows everything, and when he doesn't, he makes up something fast. And pretty much that's the that's the reason why I'm still
I
on
don't know. I
Facebook doing this
We
after
never really
6 years.
plan our shows at all. It's just whatever's in the news plans it for us. And I just, you know, sometimes I'll think about not so much what to say, but how to say it. While like on a day off or something like from the show or whatever. But I don't. And everybody else that comes on it's pretty. There are no notes. Every now and again I'll write something down just so I remember because I can't remember nothing anymore. But it's all
Welcome to the club.
And,
yeah, I know it sucks, but
and
it's as spontaneous as we can make it, and that's what live TV
right,
is, which
right,
basically is what this is supposed to be. It's not
yeah.
it's not like supposed to be
And
like reality TV where everything's scripted.
right. And by the time if I go through and I used to go through and find I don't know 5, 6, 7, some days 10 articles. I'd print out. I'd write commentary on them. I'd be all ready to do it. By the time we sat down at 7 o'clock that night, most of that stuff is out of date, rewritten, and in a different way. And
I know.
I mean, come on. I'm a 62-year-old guy with dementia. I
I
can't
know.
remember what I asked my wife for dinner 5 minutes ago, let alone remember, the article that I wrote, the article that I read 10 hours ago.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, and it's all come on, and then I'll look at Chuck. He was the first one on, and I'll say, "Hey, what's new? What's new with you, Chuck?" And I love, I used to be upset that Randy would be reading a monitor of news at the beginning because it bothered me that he was looking for stuff to read, which was not the problem. The problem was in radio. Somebody wrote the news for me. Somebody scripted the bullet notes to bring up in each conversation. You know, I I didn't have to do
Well,
anything
it's
really. They
different
just handed me a
when
reel
you're
of paper and
professional.
said,
You do have to
in
have.
page order, this is your show.
Yeah, but
Go ahead,
it's
Jerry. You
different
said
when
when
you're a
you're
professional. You have to have a certain amount of planning and so forth, and what you're going to discuss and how you're going to discuss it and all that.
right,
I get that, and I would do the same thing, but I ain't a professional, and I'm
right,
just fucking Jerry, and
uh,
I'm no better or worse than anybody else. And as a matter of fact,
right,
technically on my show, I suck because whenever there's a technical screw up, it's always my fault. And there's three a show at least. Um, so but when you're getting paid and you have other people depending on a paycheck through you, what the hell is Randy doing? Oh, I'm
I
I
sorry.
think he
know.
wants to talk.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
No,
Oh, he said he asked to leave for dinner.
it's
He
my
found
turn.
somebody.
Somebody wants.
He found somebody famous on the Glovinsky
No, no.
tree of.
No,
I hope not.
I've been trying to break into the conversation, but you two, you're just so engrossed in each other. I just thought you guys were
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
having a robe time here for yourselves. So I didn't want to interrupt that.
And 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 now director of genealogy services for Boogie with the Bull, Uncensored, Randy Rhodes will come on and hopefully tell me that he did not find anybody famous on whatever he could do of rebuilding my family tree, other
Did
than
he call it
perhaps
rope time?
maybe
That's hilarious.
what
Did he
Yeah,
call it rope?
other than maybe
bro time,
I don't know,
bro, the
okay,
two of
I
you.
don't know, but
Anyways,
yeah,
good news. The
good news,
astronauts that have been stuck in space for 218 days
yeah,
finally got rescued.
with Christmas hats.
Finally got rescued by none other than Elon Musk and SpaceX, putting
Yeah,
Boeing
bullshit.
manufacturing in the toilet because they couldn't do it.
Has
Um, but
has Elon actually ever gone up in space?
himself, no. But he's
I
but
mean, if it was me and I would have wanted to have been on that ship going up to the
No,
space station to
you
bring those
know,
people home.
he probably wants to, but I would have to think his lawyers and counselors and people who want to keep him alive because he is the company price. You know, Elon,
Yeah,
I know you want to go up there so bad, but we don't want to take the chance that that's the day your ship
yeah.
blows up. Um,
Yeah,
but not only
they probably show him video of this submarine guy who went down in the submarine to prove how
what was that a
great that
mess?
was.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah,
Using game
yeah,
controllers
yeah.
to control
Don't
the submarine. Um,
Right.
yeah, don't pop the top on your submarine when it's down that.
but I
Hmm.
saw the video. I saw the video of the rescue. And I'm going to tell you what, that dude's his engineers, his scientists, whatever whoever he pays to put the shit together, they are phenomenal. Not only does his ships go up and come back down in one piece and are reusable, but they showed the craft that the guys walked into, and they got into the craft and they came down, and it's just all it's like a shuttle kind of thing, and it's coming through space, and then out pops these two huge parachutes, which starts to slow it down, and then it gets a little bit further down, and the two parachutes yank out four more until the first two disappear, and the four of them drag this shuttle down. It's like 15 miles an hour when it finally hits the water and is bobbling up in the water, and it finally stabilizes. Uh, but the space crew guys that actually on the rescue ship to come get them, before they can touch that capsule, they have to, I don't know, like do a defumigate or something, because apparently in space, his ships come with some kind of a parasitic, deadly demand kind of shit that grows on it. So when it hits the water, before they can touch it, they have to wash it down, make sure all that shit's off the outside of the shuttle. And then the guys walked out and they're all hunky fine. But it just goes to show that Elon Musk knows what the hell he's doing. And Bowen has finally had to suck it up and say, these guys have been there for 218 days. It's time to bring our boys home and gals. But I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That
Agree.
that
How does he
arm
make
that
money
comes
off of
out, that
SpaceX? How does he make money off of SpaceX?
for a time he was
I mean, I
doing
know.
a lot of shoot ups for for NASA going to the space station, like running cargo back and forth, but also what was I going to say? He's got government contracts too, but also the biggest advantage to him having his own rocket company is that he owns X and he has to shoot up, or Starlink, I mean, and he has to shoot Starlink satellites all the time.
Okay, well,
Like,
Elon Musk.
it's like every
Elon Musk owns 42% of SpaceX, and which is a value of $210 billion.
yep. He's
Well, yeah.
I believe
There's
he's
that.
the senior investor in all of his companies. So he owns
I'll bet you
he
five
owns the
bucks
most.
he
But
can put a space shuttle or whatever he puts up there in space for probably half the fucking price that NASA does,
Yep.
oh yeah,
and more frequently. More
I think
frequently.
Randy and I were talking once a couple of broadcasts ago where I think his plan must be because he wants to move to Mars. He does in fact want to live on Mars, and he's probably the only person that will be able to
Ask
do
if
it.
I can
But then
go
he
with him.
wants to run a shuttle. Yeah, but then he wants to run a shuttle between Mars and Earth. And he's going to have to anyway for everybody who wants to be up there. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, see, that's going to bring more people. I can't do that. I have to go because there's nobody else there, and I can go. He can have his half of the planet. I'll have mine. I'll be very fucking happy.
Okay,
Crap.
Nikki has come to do. Yeah,
How you doing, Nick?
Nick is
Okay,
on.
so to answer your question, Jerry, Lockheed
Yeah, go ahead.
Martin paid. This is last year's information. Lockheed
Okay.
Martin paid SpaceX $13 billion to use their services. Boeing, Defense Space and Security business, paid $25 billion to SpaceX last year. But since SpaceX is a private company, they do not have to divulge how much money they're actually making or spending. So there you go. But
But I
it's
think
very, very, very,
honestly,
very,
if
very, very expensive money.
I would think that if he be is that if you ask him, he will probably tell you, and it will be in simple terms that we can understand. Because it's like I think the best thing that Trump ever did was take the man who the number one individual taxpayer in the United States, Elon Musk, who says that he pays dollars a year, and that doesn't mean what he can write off of the 10 billion, or maybe that is what he can't write off. And to me, I still look at it and go, the guy who pays the most taxes of anybody here in the United States wants to go through the government for us and help us find ways to not pay taxes on stuff. Seems a no-brainer to me.
and not get paid
Right.
to do it.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
and he doesn't want to get paid to do it. But Nikki, what information do you have? Do you have any more information about what's going on in New Orleans besides what we're seeing on Facebook and anywhere else we can read it?
Only thing I know is I watched the Super Bowl. Notre Dame 60 points back. Other than that, everything's back to normal again. They say it's lone wolf kind of thing, just like the Vegas guy, and like Musk said, he picked the wrong truck to make it Vegas. Truck was
Nick, your
good.
sound sucks.
Yeah.
Your sound sucks, Nick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Try it
Your
again. You
microphone
sound like you're in a garbage can.
Your microphone sounds like it's bouncing off of Jerry's head, ricocheting off of. Jerry.
That better?
Yes, much better.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
that's better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so yeah, the guy in New Orleans, they say, working alone, uh, doing his own muskrat thing, like Jerry would say. The guy in Vegas, working alone, and like
Yeah.
Musk said, he picked the wrong truck to try and explode shit because the whole truck was still intact and it didn't even break the windows on the Trump Hotel. It
Yeah, that's
didn't
true.
do shit. Just blew the guy.
Yeah.
They said the guy. Uh, they found out that he had a gunshot wound to the head prior to the
Yeah,
explosion. Shot himself.
yeah, he shot it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who
He
wants to
probably had
burn
a
to
and
dead man
death?
switch in there.
yeah,
Yeah.
And the other guy came to the United States, but at least he had the gumption, I guess, to at least rent the number one truck in America to do his thing. Which
well,
I had
they
I
were
don't know.
both citizens of the United States. Both of them.
Yeah.
Were they?
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
even Ahmed
All right.
Hardware in New Orleans.
somebody
Okay.
earlier in the chat said that it's sleeper cells, and we got a hell of a lot of sleeper cells
Yeah,
in this
Yeah,
country. So
we
and
I
do.
his
think
this is
We
I
just the
do.
think
beginning.
I
Just
think
the beginning.
anyone that changes their name to something like he did needs to be investigated. There's a reason behind that name change.
Yep.
I don't know. Did he change his name?
Yes.
Okay,
But you are correct. They are both U.S. citizens. They're both in the Army, and they both
military.
U.S. Army, and they both served in the same outfit.
They didn't serve together. They didn't know each other.
Well, they served in the same
Well,
outfit.
same out, same outfit doesn't mean together. You a lot of times it
Correct.
means they were just in the same. Like I was in the Eighth
Yeah,
Marines.
Marines.
The Eighth Marines had what was it 15, 1,600 guys in it. You kind of knew everybody more or less by seeing them, but it wasn't like you knew everybody.
I think the guy in Vegas was the 10th Marines, but
A test marine?
the 10th,
He was
like
in the army.
10th.
Oh, okay.
He was in the army.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He was in the army.
Oh, the
Marines
Army.
don't
They
do
said
this
he was
shit.
Marine.
Yeah,
They said he was.
well, fuck them.
Anyway,
No, Marines don't do this
yeah,
shit. We blow other people up. We don't blow. No.
yeah. But they, but they say that there's no connection between the two.
Uh huh.
Um,
I don't believe them. I don't
so
believe them.
Who's
you
saying?
know,
Who is saying
eh,
this? Nick? Who is saying
the
this? The
news,
FBI?
all the news,
Oh,
the FBI.
Oh yeah, let's trust
yeah,
them.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
you
Yeah.
could trust that so
yeah.
much. As far as you could throw
It's
a five
odd that
hundred
two guys from the
pound
same
lead bomb.
basic unit and with the same rental car company.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, that's the
there's
crazy
there's a
part.
lot of there's a lot of coincidences, and what I have found, as I think we all have in life, when there's something bad happens, coincidences are usually not that. They are actual reasons for that to happen. I mean, I don't know. I don't trust a wearing FBI who is a DEI hire. I don't
Yeah,
trust that. That I
yeah. The guy in New Orleans was from Texas. The guy in Las Vegas was from Colorado. So they're collecting all the information they can
Well, what
digital
about the Fort?
laptop.
Isn't there? Both of them are from Fort Bragg, which that guy tried to kill Trump on a golf course. He apparently, and I don't know this to be a fact, but I have heard it in many different places. Been to Fort Bragg for 147 times, and I'm guessing it wasn't because he didn't look like a military type to me, but with his pink shirt on. But Fort Bragg, which I think is called actually Fort Liberty now because of the whole frickin' we hate the South, but Fort Bragg, something weird's going on at Fort Bragg. That's all I know.
Yeah,
That's
there's
all
a
I know.
whole lot of stupidity coming out of Fort Bragg. A
Yeah,
lot of
apparently. Oh, yeah, and that's where
murder.
that. Remember that? I think it was during Obama when that major came into the chow hall there. Well, they call it a mess hall. The mess hall, and started shooting his own troops. He was a psychiatrist or
Yeah,
something. He was
yeah,
Muslim. He's
yeah,
Muslim. That was Fort Bragg.
yeah.
That was Fort Bragg.
He's the only one on the base with a goddamn gun. Nobody else
Yeah,
is allowed a gun.
yeah,
Yeah, so there's
yeah.
that.
So I never understood that when I was in how we couldn't have our rifles. You know, you got to lock everything up when you're buddy. Okay, so or they'll steal parts off your rifle. So locked to the racks, you should be able to have a weapon. Not necessarily, I don't know. You can't really have. You got a lot of testosterone, so maybe not having the bullets might be a good idea. I don't know, but they should be locked away in the company office, or, in a safe or something. But with all that's happening in the few times that a military base has been under fire by one of its own, you got your guys that can't fight, that are trained to fight and take out guys like this. But they
Yeah,
can't
and at
because
least, and I
nobody
don't
is
know if
armed. The
they.
only ones who
It,
are armed are the MPs, or like if you have a guard unit, or the MPs. One of those two.
yeah, well, do they issue a pistol as well, then? As well as a rifle?
No, just the rifles and everything. Any weapons, like any bullet shooting weapon, is kept in the armory, or locked up in a guard shack, or locked up in where the MPs are. Nobody is allowed to have one. The bullets are also in the armory. Everything is in the armory, and the armory closes at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock on most bases. So, if you are caught with any kind of gun, back when I was in, if you got caught with a gun and it was stored in your room, you're in a lot of trouble. They didn't even allow us. We were not supposed to have a goddamn K bar in the room or any knife over 4 inches. Weight, 4 inches long. I had my K bar in the whole time. I didn't advertise it or anything or take it out and like try to kill anybody. But yeah, yeah. And if you had one, which by the way they sold at the PX, okay. If you and mine cost like $10. If you back then, if you had one and they caught you, you could, get either office hours or a court martial, depending on who you were and how much trouble you were. You know, um, and back then we never had guys that would knock you out or try, but they would use their fists, and there was not really any weapons. I mean, you could use anything for a weapon if you really needed to, but against a gun, it's not going to work too good. So
Yeah, but imagine in that situation, Jerry, everything's locked up in the armory
yeah,
at five
yeah,
o'clock. So
yeah,
come 7 o'clock, 7:30, somebody decides they want to do an attack on the base.
yep,
Imagine the scramble for everybody to get
yep,
their freaking guns
yep.
and load them.
And most bases, Yeah, most bases, all the entrances, they have the guards or the MPs, depending on the base, out front. There's
or
usually like
top
one or two of
top
them,
down,
and
top
yeah,
down.
one or
Yeah,
two of them at the gates. And here's the thing: they're used to dealing with drunk guys coming back from town and got to deal with that crap, and it's boring. So if some guy wanted to get in with a car or whatever, just like Nick said, you take them two guys out immediately, and you got pretty much free reign until somebody calls somebody at the base, probably behind you in a car or something, and then it's on. But by that time, your destination on a lot of bases, you've already done planning. You know the base and this and that. And you know how to get there as fast as possible, and whatever it is you were going to do, you do. Not to mention, like when I was in, anybody could have got on the fucking base. All you had to do is cut the damn chain link fence, walk through about 75 feet of woods, and you were on a fucking base. But that shit didn't
yeah.
happen.
But what about like a drone strike, something from aerial?
Oh, a
You know,
drone, yeah. Yeah,
nobody
yeah,
nobody sees it coming. You know, people can't
yeah.
fly. You know, unless you're
Well,
a pilot. But
that's true.
and
Well,
apparently
I
they
don't know
can't.
how it works.
Apparently they can't catch that in the air these days. So you know,
Yeah, yeah.
That, that's just because the Biden brigade doesn't teach you how to shoot that stuff down.
Where I was
yeah.
at Camp
Ask
Lejeune, 4
ask a
bases. I
coonhead.
was on Camp Geiger. I was on Camp Geiger, and right next to us, behind us, was the New River Air Station. They had, radar and air traffic control, all bullshit. But we had no drones back then. But I would imagine that radar or whatever would catch a drone. The question is how long would it take them to come out, make phone call, come out, and then, do what they're going to do with the drone. And if the drone is armed with something large, it could take out a barracks of Marines or two, and then just fly
Right?
off to wherever,
Yeah.
to wherever the guy in the
or
car is parked,
self-destruct.
put it in the, back of the truck or something and
It's
drive
yeah.
off. That's a good point. I never
Or
thought of
fly
that.
over the
That's an
base and
excellent
just
point.
blow up. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised that shit hasn't
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah, yeah. They can catch. I mean, think about it, Jerry, and everybody. Um, you know, we have radar technology that our fighter jets can identify what the hell they're fighting midair.
Oh,
It
Right.
lets them know exactly what you're shooting at. But on the ground, apparently, we can't figure out what the fuck's flying over us. We did. I
Yeah,
mean, it's ridiculous. You know,
yeah, it
simple
is.
little
It is.
drones, simple drones. They can't figure it out. They don't know what it is. It's not a problem. It's just some drone enthusiasts. Drone enthusiasts, my ass. They don't fly like 50 at a time in
But
formation somewhere. That's not the way
No,
that
right.
works.
But the
no.
difference in commanders in chief is that if this happened when Trump was in the White House, it wouldn't have happened. Is it happening now
That
because
or we'd have
Biden?
known.
well, it's happening now because we have an asshole in the White House that does absolutely nothing, and no one's even bringing him in on the shit. So we have no leadership per se at the White House, and I think it's a way of trying to cause commotion to prevent the inauguration on the 20th. But before you guys respond to that, just in case, for those of you who are Osmond lovers of the Osmond music,
Oh God.
Wayne Osmond just passed away. He was 73. He died of
Ah,
a massive stroke.
yeah. I read
Yeah,
something about
Alice
him
died
yesterday
too.
or the day before. He
Alice
passed.
died
Yeah, Alice died.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Alice died as well.
from
Yeah.
Mel's Diner.
yeah. Who's Wayne
Yeah.
Osmond?
Yeah.
He was one of the Osmond
He's
brothers,
the Osmond brothers.
Alan. Yeah.
the band, the group itself. Nobody
Oh,
cared about him.
okay.
Only everybody cared about Donnie. But yeah, he was one of the like
Right.
backups to
Yeah.
Donnie.
I
Yeah.
know Donnie and Marie.
Yeah.
Skull, I
Yeah,
mean.
yeah.
Barbara says
That's
there's a
kind of
near
that
miss
sucks.
asteroid passing by.
Well,
Yeah,
they've been
I'm
talking
not
about
worried
that for
about
a while,
asteroids.
though, and I don't know.
I'm a little upset
Yeah.
that Randy insulted assholes by calling Biden one because assholes have a very vital function in this house, um, and
Okay.
they do it well. You know,
Well, we
but
all know that Marines are known to be shit faced after on their time off.
no way could possibly be.
Oh,
There's no way.
No.
Um,
okay.
It's
All right.
kind of like drunken sailors, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually
It's got,
most
what's that
services are
song?
not. It's like what Randy said a while ago. There's nothing really to do in a military town, so that's what you do, because they're full of bars. Every military town, you know,
True.
and that's what they do. And some people, when they get out, it's over and they go about their life. And then there's people like me who life, and it's just the way it is. But he was right about that. It's the same in every service. People make fun of the Marines and the sailors. I mean, you'd be on a ship for 6, 8 months at a time with a bunch of guys. You're going to get all those jokes, and many times they're
Yeah.
true.
Well,
You
well, I
know,
don't know about you guys, but when I was in the Air Force and basic training, I don't know if it's real or not, but uh, they were said that they would put some kind of chemical in our mashed potatoes to keep us from getting hard-ons. I'm trying to
yeah,
think what that saltpeter. Yes,
saltpeter.
thank you.
Yeah, the first meal I ate in the Marine Corps was breakfast, and it was so fucking greasy. I was sick for 3 days. Within a week, I was eating that shit, and there wasn't enough of it. And whatever they put in there, they may have. But there was, if you had a hard on, eventually you got screamed at. It went away real quick. So, and that
Yeah.
happened about every 10 minutes. So that was fine. And then, the food sucked, but you ate it like it was the best food you ever had in your life because you were always fucking hungry. All you did all day was run and march
Right.
and
You needed the
do.
calories.
Yeah, I mean, I used to steal sugar out of the chow hall, which is a big no-no, but everyone did it just to get the energy around 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah. Yeah, that was one thing that as much food as we ate in the Air Force and basic training, no one gained any weight.
No, the fat guys lost weight, and the skinny guys gained weight, but it was muscle.
Muscle, yes,
That's how it worked.
correct.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I
My dad
I
served
gained
in the
20
army.
pounds.
He went in at like 225 or something, and after basic training, he was down to like 185,
Wow.
just like just like that. Yeah, and he's
I gained 20
muscular too,
pounds.
and he's like 6'2".
I came out. I came out of boot camp, and the pants. We had to stop on the way home get clothes. My shirt looked like a half shirt, like them half shirts I used to have in the '70s. Everybody wore. Okay, my T-shirt, and then my pants. I could
Ultra tough.
barely get the zipper up halfway, and I had to walk around like that until we stopped, and I got some new jeans, and because I gained 20 pounds. Because I was 160, was 185 when I got out. But then I was, we had fat guys that never stood a chance of making it through the first time. They ended up in the fat platoon where all they did all day was exercise and run. That's all they did, and they weren't allowed to eat. They had everything they ate was like tasteless to lose weight. And then after they finally got down to the weight they were supposed to be in, then they sent them to boot camp. So you could be there like 6 fucking months. We had a
Yeah.
couple of guys, they were fat. It was crazy. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. But
We had this one guy, and to graduate from out of basic training, you had to shoot the rifle we had at the time. I forget what the hell it was called, what M1, whatever the hell it was. But anyways, you had to
eh,
shoot the gun in order to pass, right? And there's this one guy who was deathly afraid of this weapon. He would not touch it, and the sergeants wanted this guy out of their flight because the guy was a complete mess. So what they did was they took him out to the firing range by himself, and the sergeant held the rifle and left the airman squeeze the trigger. And once he did that and managed to shoot off a couple of rounds, they passed him on the rifle range.
well, you guys aren't really
Jeez.
known for rifle firing. Your badass thing in the Air Force, last I heard, was guys, and they were out in the but Air Force is more geared to planes and taking care of planes. It's like the Marine Corps is
Well,
about the infantry, and everybody supports the infantry. Period. Doesn't matter if you're in the tanks or you're in fucking whatever you're in. They support the infantry, and
right.
I
That's what
think
blows
in
my
that
mind
kind of the
about
way.
what you're seeing. That's what blows my
Go
mind
ahead.
about was the war in Ukraine and Russia. I mean, they're idiots. They're sending in tanks without the infantry to support them, or they're sending infantry in without the armor to protect the infantry. I mean, they're just
Yeah,
wasting manpower.
it's like
It's
they're
all about
cannon
the money.
fodder,
Cannon fodder, correct.
and mostly tanks are there to support the infantry because the infantry really can't do anything against any other tanks. I mean, we just do training, and the tanks would come through, and I would just go bang, bang, bang because it was about as useless as actually firing a fucking tank. It ain't happening. I mean, I don't know how lucky you have to be to actually kill somebody inside a fucking tank with an M16 round, but that
Yeah,
don't
you're lucky if
happen.
it doesn't
You know.
ricochet off and come back and strike you in the skull.
I,
Yeah, true
I guess,
story. It's true. Fucking true.
I guess nowadays, you really don't use infantry. Just use the damn drones to drop down inside the hatches.
I don't know. Well, the tow rockets, them guys, that's a badass weapon. Well, I don't even know if they use it anymore, but that's a badass weapon. That's the one where it's like a bazooka. You remember seeing the old World War II movies, but it's bigger around, and the rocket comes out of it, and where you aim that thing, the rocket goes with it. It's a cool thing, but that could
Stinger?
take out a tank. No, I don't know. No, not
Stinger
a
missile?
Stinger. That's a missile. No, that's a
Okay.
Stinger missile. I'm talking about a thing that is fired from your shoulder. All right, like a bazooka back in World War II, kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I know
And
what you're talking about. Go rocket.
but with a bazooka, you actually had to know how to aim that fucking thing because where that thing was pointed was where it was going. Period. This thing, you could make the missile actually, or the round, I guess, move with the right toe. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But all right, Dave, I got to get going because I got to go eat and I got shit to do. So
Hey,
have a great night and thank everybody.
I
Good to see you
appreciate
guys.
it. Okay.
Hopefully, we'll see you
See ya.
tomorrow night. And
Very glad you came.
everybody,
Tomorrow night.
enjoy yourselves. Take care, guys.
See you, Jerry.
All right.
Good night.
Take
All
care.
right. Thank
Take care.
Tomorrow night, the American Rebellion. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m. downstairs on the American Rebellion page here on Facebook, somewhere over on Rumble, and somewhere over on X. I need to write them down, and then I'll be able to tell you. Nikki knows because Nikki knows
Right now on my Facebook Live, I've got 11 people watching. just
Right
in
now,
case.
your Facebook Live, you have 11 people watching. Okay.
Yeah.
Me too.
Okay.
Me
I,
three.
I'm not alone then.
I,
I'm not
I didn't
alone.
look because usually it's not always right until after. But let me see.
Oh, you're gonna put
That one's
Dave
not
all to
telling me how
work.
many people are watching.
Mm-mm.
I don't care. You can't put me out of work. I have to work so that everybody else gets paid, or else nobody
Oh, I
else
said
gets paid.
all to work.
I got 41 people watching according to that Android tablet, but that's an Android tablet that doesn't know anybody. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. Larry Burns from Canada is here. That means we have gone truly international tonight. Ichabod Palmer was he actually is here. Let's see. There we go. That's what killed the dinner. But anyway, I don't know. If people would stop messaging me to kill the volume on the dinger, then there wouldn't be any need to turn the volume down on the. Jane O'Malley is watching. Larry Burns is watching. Bob Palmer is watching. William Grant was watching, and I'll cover the rest of the list as getting here wrapping up. Anyone else, gentlemen? Anything else anyone wants to add in the final minutes?
Yeah. Well, one thing, Dave. You do have a constant hiss going on.
I do.
Yeah. Well, what's up with
I
that?
do.
Is something running
I
a
don't know.
fan or something?
No.
Nancy Pelosi is right behind him.
I think,
Yeah, Nancy Pelosi is right behind me.
I think that's his air circulator.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I hear it. I don't know what it is. And if I keep listening and paying more attention to it, then the headset's probably going to get thrown against the wall tomorrow. But they only cost about $7 a piece.
Oh,
So
that's why they don't have sound
I do know that
sound canceling because
I
my AC can
do.
turn on and you won't hear it because I have sound deadening
Let me see.
technology in my headphones.
I have that. Right.
Well, there's a sound
Yeah.
cancellation in the
Right.
setup. If you go into settings
Right.
on the
Yes. Yes.
restream, you choose that.
Echo
Yeah.
cancellation and noise suppression are both turned on. So
Oh, okay.
I don't.
Epic fail.
I don't. Well, you know what? If I was as wealthy as you, Nikki, I'd have a full-time engineer to worry about this stuff to pull out what hair I don't have left because I
Ooh.
pull out my hair with about.
Okay, as wealthy as me, right? Yeah,
Talk
good
about the
luck.
short hairs. Talk about short hairs now. Woohoo!
I ain't worried about my hair.
Okay.
I'm worried. No, never mind.
It sounds like Larry Burns says. It sounds like water is running.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's what it sounds like.
A waterfall.
Well, okay, the mic. Okay, there are 2 rooms over through paper thin walls. There's a dishwasher running, so it could very well be that.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's every show. Does your
Honestly
dishwasher
know.
run nonstop, 24/7?
I have no idea what schedule it runs on, but
Well, it's it happens on American Rebellion and it happens on Boogie with the Bull. So it's
well, it could be
always there.
something. It could be something that is inherent to Restream. I honestly don't know. We have noise cancellation. We have it turned on. We have echo cancellation. We have that turned on. Uh, so
Well,
we're not
I remember.
we're not as wealthy as Alex Jones, so we just don't have.
Right. I remember last week I was having problems. You guys, what the hell are you playing in the background? And I said, nothing. It was her in the other room, 2 rooms in,
Yep.
watching TV and normal volume. And
Yep.
this headset was picking it up. I switched to the laptop's microphone and that sound went away. So, yeah, it all depends on how sensitive they are, I guess.
It all depends on how sensitive they are at one time or another, or perhaps there is a driver or something that needs to be constantly reset. Because I have noticed that Windows 11 Pro seems to be updating drivers all the time. I don't really know.
Or an $8 headset. That could be the problem.
I'm on an $8 headset. Actually, no, I think this was actually a $10 headset because
Oh, that's much better.
it's wireless, and
That still solves the problem.
because it's a
Nothing,
$10
nothing
because
like
it's a
this
$10
to the host.
headset. It's not allowed to drink coffee anymore. We have it hanging on the wall when it's not on my head.
Dang. Guys are being vicious picking on the host. Good Lord.
Yeah, well,
That's all
I
right.
mean,
That's
I didn't know if anybody
all
told
right.
Dave there was this, hissing like Larry Burns says, water running in the background kind of thing.
I hear it. I hear it. It's a low grade buzz. I hear it. Is what I'm hearing through the headphones. It could just be something that the headphones are picking up that I don't know. Let me try something.
It's
Mute
the
works.
lizards outside making. It's the lizards outside
What?
making a shower.
You don't hit. Okay, Nick, do you hear it right now? Or do you not hear it right now?
I
Still
still
hear
hear it.
All right, then I just thought maybe it was my mouse.
Your
My
mouse.
mouse transmitter might
It
be,
doesn't squeak. It's
might
not
be
a
sending
squeaking
something.
noise.
No, I know, but the mouse is Bluetooth, so my headset.
I got some sheets for you.
The mouth is Bluetooth, so I thought maybe the third interfered with each other. I mean, the beauty about our level and my level in this broadcasting was my level has always been just turn on the Chromebook, turn on the laptop, plug in the mic, or use the mic on the laptop, and it is what it is because we don't have the funding to have. It was more important to be able to do the broadcast and worry about the hissing or something that somebody might hear, because I could always turn my mic off, and then other people are talking, and then you might not hear it. Let me try something.
Gone.
There you go.
It's gone there. Okay. I have an idea then because I'm back on and the the blue snowball, and I believe that the blue snowball cord has a problem. It's not the actual 100% cord that it should have. It was a replacement for one that had a bunch of shorts in it, and maybe I will break down and order the actual cord that it should have.
Mute works in the intermediate time.
It
Just
does.
saying.
Okay. Jeez, Nicky.
I was going to say that noise that we were hearing.
I'm going to come on tomorrow night and
blast
not engineering
his.
tomorrow night. So
you're going to blast the waterfall.
But you're not. But you're not engineering tomorrow night. Jerry is, and I don't want. You never want to upset. Never want to upset a host who is the live producer because your mic might get turned off. So.
Well, I know how to turn mine off when I'm not talking.
I do too, but my problem is that I forget to turn it back on when I'm talking.
That's your problem.
that was the problem tonight. For some strange reason, I would turn my mic off when other people were talking. Then my headset would turn off too. So I don't.
I'm going to cut out before you guys start get the fisticuffs. You guys take.
All right, Randy. Always a pleasure.
We're gonna beat each other up through the screen.
Yeah, well, shit happens.
I can't go off on Randy too much because people actually tell me they enjoy seeing or hearing Randy and I when it's not Randy, Chuck and I, and I don't really know. There will not be a 10 o'clock morning caffeine tomorrow because I will be sharing morning caffeine with a speech therapist followed by a occupational therapist who tells me if I study hard, I'll get a better job than I have right now when she's done with me. No one likes that joke anyway. She did laugh when I told it to her, but many people don't. Anyway, Eric Ryan McCarty is watching, and then I'll rattle off the list of everybody else who has been watching. And putting up with all the abuse that they get from anyone on camera. Does anyone want to say goodbye to anybody or any final thoughts before we end this menagerie? Because my wife needs to go to bed.
Yeah. Well, she knows what a bed is.
Oh, they're
She does.
talking for up. Yeah. Up here in Wisconsin, they're talking anywhere from 20 to 30 below wind chills for starting this weekend. And yeah,
Or
we're ready for it. You know, like I said, I got all my
Maybe if I
covers
bring
on.
the hiss and the vibration of the mic in my headset up there, the snow.
yeah, it'll freeze it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, at first, Dave, when I started hearing that water sound, I thought maybe it was the lizards out in your backyard using your garden hose to shower up, or clean up.
It could be.
So, yeah.
You know,
So,
if
all right.
if I ever had a broadcast that didn't have either some kind of audio or some kind of technical issue, I wouldn't know what to do because the next broadcast would have more than I could actually take care of. And my biggest problem is that everybody saw it tonight. If you tell me that something is wrong with my mic or something is wrong with my headset, I got to stop what I'm doing right then and there and try to. I don't want any of that crap to anybody who's watching or anybody who's taking part. But,
Larry says it's 22 below up there with their. Holy shit, that's cold. Yeah.
That is very cool.
Well, everybody stay safe. I'm going to head out then too. So,
okay.
Bonjour, and we'll catch you on the next one. I don't know if I catch you in the morning, whenever, Dave.
No, there won't. Yeah, there won't be one. There won't be one tomorrow morning for me because the doctor appointments.
I'll catch you whenever I can.
Yeah, tomorrow night probably. Tomorrow night over on the American Rebellion.
All right, we'll try to be here.
Okay.
Thank you.
All
See
right,
everybody stay safe. Yep.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bon année, Chuck.
Right.
That means
happy Whatever that means. All right.
New Year.
Happy, it means happy buds in your headphones.
Yeah.
All right, Nikki. Anything else?
Yes, sir. That's
Bon
about
sour?
it. Yeah, bon année. Because I didn't get to tell everybody a happy new year. That's what bon année means.
Bon année.
Bonsoir means good night. Bon
Bon
année.
sour means bonsoir with a typographical error.
Yeah, that means good night.
Right.
Or good evening.
Good evening.
Bon année.
Bon
Année
année.
means year.
Yeah.
Bon is kind of brought out. It's not bon, like B-O-N. It's B-O-N-N-E.
Okay.
A-N-N-E, accent grave. That means it's only two words, but it means Happy New Year.
Okay.
Bon année.
Okay. And if you miss that tonight, tomorrow
There's your
night on
French
the American
language.
Rebellion,
Listen.
you can talk to Nikki, and we'll get our second French language of the lesson of 2025. Right. Anything else?
C'est tout. C'est tout.
All right.
That's it.
All right. Okay. You want the honors, or you want to jump when the parachute opens? All right. Oh, I'm sorry. I had to do that anyway. Let's see. It is coming up on 9 o'clock, and we're going to end before 9 o'clock. Eric, Brian McCarty asked, where did Michael Anthony go? Michael Anthony was not on the broadcast tonight. He was in the live chat. And odds are he either went because he had a broadcast of his to do, or I honestly can't tell you where he went. He probably had a broadcast of his to do. I didn't know of anyone tonight, or I would have mentioned it when I saw him in here. But go to Michael Anthony's Facebook page, and you might actually know what he's doing. Honestly, he was for tonight, but good guy to have on. And we can't tennis and everyone have a great night. I still have to talk to Rishi because something comes up. Things that come up on the Facebook live chat monitor don't always make it to the screen. So I apologize for that. I'll talk to people at Main Street. Maybe they know about the buzzing and humming and whatever the people are doing, and they can help me. I'll also talk to David Navarre the next opportunity I get from him. If I had my way, I'd have the $375 wireless headset with a mic like the sportscasters use that doesn't pick up any buzzing or anything that sounds like dishwashing, but I don't have $375 to spend on one, and I probably wouldn't if I had $335 to spend right now. Chuck says good night to all in the chat. Thanks for joining us. Mickey says bother me again, and Eric says that it is cold because Larry said it would be 35 degrees, minus 35 degrees tomorrow. It's 22 degrees right now. So it is going to get cold up there, so everybody send the heat up to Larry Burns in Canada. So one more time, Nikki was watching part of the broadcast. It was Chuck. Tina Scott was watching. Jane O'Malley was watching. Larry Burns up in Canada, as I said, was watching. And Ichabod Palmer was watching. And Ichabod, you're always welcome to come on to the broadcast. All you got to do is ask me for the link, and we will send you one. We'll just meet here and chat about whatever. Mondays and Wednesdays we do it at 10 o'clock in the morning, usually with Chuck and Randy and I. That's 10 a.m. Eastern. Tuesdays and Thursdays we do it at 7 p.m. Eastern to no later than 9 o'clock usually. And Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday it's the American Rebellion downstairs on the American Rebellion blogger page with just about everybody who was here tonight. That didn't make it here tonight, and Robert, you can tell me later why you didn't make it. I think his message earlier said something about plans for tomorrow that he had to. So we're going to wrap this up because my wife has plans for tomorrow, and she needs to go to bed. I have laundry that I have to put away, I think, and get ready for Dr. Clinton's tomorrow. As I said, it's cognitive and speech and occupational therapy. And, so I'm sure I'll come back and I'll have a glowing report. But if you see me on my broadcast, make sure you tell me, start doing the memory book. You just get up every morning and try to write as much as you can about what happened the day before. And maybe someday we'll make that, we'll put it together in a book and publish it, but I doubt it. Anyway, we've been watching Boogie with the Bull Uncensored for Thursday, the 2nd of January in the brand new year of 2025, a copyrighted presentation of the Nobody Broadcasting Company, who says, catch y'all tomorrow night, 7 o'clock on the American Rebellion. For that, now, double B's, we're done.